Good evening, everyone. Happy Saturday. I am getting ready. Actually, I'm already ready to go to work. I just want to hop on and make a quick video before I head on out. So, the subject of this video is, do I really want a second job? Do I really want to keep my second job? I'm headed out to my main job now. That's the job where I have insurance, and I've been there for almost 3 decades. But I have a little side job. I'm pretty sure I mentioned in a previous video. I have a little side job working at another hospital in their same-day surgery. And yesterday, after I left, I thought, do I really want this job? Do I really need this job? And I think I got a little irritated with my coworker. It's not a hard job. It's same-day surgery. It's a small hospital. To them, having 15, 16 patients is busy. 18 patients is outrageous to them. Although I've worked in places where we've had 30, 40 patients and, we made it through. But anyway, and when I first started working there, I'm thinking, why do they need a PRN nurse? I mean, it's not that busy. Well, at this facility, at this hospital, these nurses in this department, I don't think that they realize how good they have it. I mean, if they have to take 2 patients, or if the patients are coming kind of back to back and they don't get a breather, they are just like outdone. Oh my goodness, I already have a patient. Somebody else is going to have to take that patient. And I'm thinking, well, we work in phase 2, which is the stage of recovery where the patients are actually going home. They come from recovery. They may have to urinate before they go home. We rarely have to give them pain medicine. We don't even give IV pain medicine in this department. Every once in a blue moon, we will have to call to get a oral pain medicine, maybe a Percocet or whatever. Sometimes we have to give something for nausea, but we rarely even give post-op pain medicines. So I don't understand why these nurses get so upset and discombobulated if they have to take a second patient. And yesterday, I worked 8-hour shifts, but I will stay longer if it's quite busy. But I went in at 6:30, so I was supposed to get off at 3. And the 2 evening nurses come in at 12 to 8:30. It was a light schedule. I think we had 2 patients on the floor and 2 more to come. I do wait to make sure that those nurses get their lunch break. I know they have to take it a bit early because all of us are going home. And I did ask. They said, well, one of them said, and the other one, someone else relieved her, but the one said, oh, I'm just going to take a 15-minute break because I don't think we're going to be here long. I said, are you sure? Yeah, I'm just going to. So I stayed. I did have one patient that had to urinate before she went home, and she was a bit nauseous. And I did call to get her some additional anti-nausea medication. So when the nurse came back, she started doing like some paperwork. And I said, well, can I report off to you on this patient? I gave her the rundown. She just got all flustered about having to do paperwork. Well, what it was, it was Friday. I think they had maybe 1 or 2 add-ons for Monday. So she had to maybe put a chart together or call the patient just to give them instructions on when to show up. So that's what she was doing. In my head, I'm thinking, but you do have a patient here that you have to take over. And I've already gotten the patient settled and given additional medication. So it's really just a waiting game. She really didn't have to do anything at that time, but she was so fixated on doing the paperwork. The other nurse who had a patient, I don't know what was going on with that patient, but she was sitting at the desk, but even she wouldn't take over the patient. So y'all can't take 2 patients at a time. So I waited a while. I said, let me let her calm down. Maybe she felt like I was, bombarding her as soon as she came from her break. So I waited a while. I actually went ahead and went over discharge instructions with the patient and her husband, printed everything out, and I came back and I said, well, I'd like to report off. And she pretty much ignored me, y'all. She ignored me. There was another nurse, a male nurse, who was still there finishing up and kind of cleaning up. And he was supposed to leave too. Actually, he was supposed to leave before me. But he says, fine, I'll take the patient. And I hated to give him the patient because he should have been going home too. But I was ready to go. It's Friday. At this point in time, it's 4:30 by the time I clock out. So as I'm driving home, I'm thinking, you know what? I don't like to be stressed, y'all. I'm to the point in my life where I do not like to be stressed, especially with a job. I go in, I give 100%. That 1%, no, you can't have it. It's mine. But that day, yesterday, I gave a little bit more. I stayed calm. I didn't go off or anything. I said, oh, well, everybody has a bad day, but do you really need this job, Valerie? No. Do you want this job? Maybe. It's an easy peasy job. I only work 8 hours. I tell them when I'm available. So it may be worth keeping the job, but I don't need the job. So that's something that I'm going to have to ponder. I don't know if you guys ever been through a situation where you're at a job, you really don't need it, but it's kind of easy money. So you want to hang on to it. But then again, sometimes it stresses you out. And that's another thing. At what point in time do I figure it's stressing me out too much? Do I wait till it gets to a level 10, or the first 2 red flags, you're out because you don't need the job? I don't know. It's something that I'm going to ponder. I may or may not have a conversation with the managers and charge nurse the next time I go, just so that they understand that when I work and I tell you I'm available, it's an 8-hour shift. Now, when it is busy, it may be patients are coming back kind of quickly, and the evening nurses, it's only 2 of them. If they need help, I stay all the time. There's no question. They don't even have to ask me. But that particular day, there was no reason for 4 nurses to be there and only 2 nurses on the floor and 2 patients to come back. 2 of us should have been on our way home. So that's something that I'll think about the next time I go to work, the next time I choose to be available to go to work. Maybe I'll have a conversation with them, because I don't want to get to the point where I have someone has attitude towards me because I'm going home and it's my right to go home. And I don't want to have an attitude with them because they have an attitude with me, or I don't want to feel bad about leaving, hospitals. They're 24-hour, well, same day surgery is not 24 hours, but they're there to work 12 to 8:30. That's what they signed up for. I signed up to work as needed, and I'm very flexible with my hours. Sometimes I go in at 6, 6:30, 7, 8, 9, and sometimes I've worked 12 to 8:30, so I'm very flexible. But I will not be at a job where my coworkers are upset with me because it's my turn to go home. I'm sorry. At some point in time, I'm clocking out. And if I need to clock out for a final time, I will, because again, I don't need this job. It's nice to have for fun money. And I think I mentioned in another video that it goes into my fun money account. Maybe I'll have less fun in my life, but it's not necessary. So anyway, I just want to hop on real quick. I'm on my way to my main job. Now that job, listen, we can't lose that job. We've been there for a while, so my insurance is through them until I win the lottery or start up a business where I can make money to replace it. We're going to keep that job, and Valerie will behave. So I hope you guys have a great evening. Have a great weekend. I'm on for Saturday and Sunday evenings. And I will see you in the next video. And maybe in the next video, what I'm going to try to do, if you saw my lock twisting video, I've never done anything else with my hair, with my locks, except wear it down. Just like this. Maybe a band, sometimes not with a band, but then it's gotten so long it falls in my face. So maybe I will try to put it up in a style. So stay tuned. We'll try to do that in the next video. Once again, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Leave a little comment down below. Let me know what your situation is when it comes to having a second job. So you guys have a great evening. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.